Hello, my friends. How are you? I'm Erin Hart, and this is Erin Hart Health Coaching. This is our Monday Mindset video where we talk about how to achieve extraordinary success with sustainable weight loss so you can lose weight for the last time this year. And the goal here is not just to lose weight, it is really to find peace with your food, freedom from cravings, and the confidence to chase your dreams. So I'm actually recording this video for the second time because I felt like the first time was a little jumbled. And this is a topic I haven't shared before in our groups. And so it's a little bit, it's the first time I've presented it. And so forgive me if I jumble over it a little bit, but I hope that this is helpful information for you as it's really important to understand. And today we're talking about how, when, and why to do a systematic reverse. But before we start, I just want to wish you all a happy Pioneer Day. You probably didn't even know that it's Pioneer Day unless you live in Utah like me. So in Utah, we celebrate Pioneer Day as it's the day where the Mormon pioneers came into the Salt Lake Valley. And it's really kind of a fun day for me because I have so many ancestors that were pioneers. And I just feel a lot of gratitude today for them, for the sacrifices that they made, for the vision that they had, and they left the comforts of their own home to and all of their possessions pretty much in search for freedom and search for a better life. And because of their sacrifices, my family has just had benefited so much, and generations to follow have benefited. And to me, it just really reminds me of how we are all pioneers. And those of you who are in this program, in the Year of You are a pioneer. You are forging forward to create a better future for yourself and for your family. With the sugar and flour-free lifestyle, it is a sacrifice. You're going to face challenges and obstacles and along the way, and it's not always easy. If it were easy, everyone would do it. But we can and we will achieve success with sustainable weight loss and healthy lifestyle transformation if we don't give up. And if we have that mindset of unstoppability like those pioneers had. So today, I hope that you think of yourself as a brave pioneer, stepping into the unknown so that you can create a better life for yourself and for your family. I'm really excited to follow up with you about the Monday Mindset from last week. So last week, I presented some meal plans with some different calorie and macronutrient goals so that you can really customize your plan to optimize your fat loss results and achieve sustainable, healthy weight loss with healthy, real food. Our foundational principles for success with any meal plan that we teach here is so simple. It is eating an abundance of healthy, real food, free from sugar and flour, at meal times without snacking in between. So that is our simple and effective strategy for sustainable weight loss, and it works. So not only for me, but there are so many other inspiring people who have decided that they're just sick and tired of being sick and tired. And they've found peace with their food and their bodies and freedom from cravings with this strategy. And I hope that with a healthy, real food lifestyle, you can also find that joy and peace. So if you are currently struggling with your relationship with food and you feel like weight loss is impossible, you're in the right place. I can definitely help you if you're wanting to lose weight for the last time. So the purpose of the Year of You, which is my coaching program, is to give you guidance, support, and accountability throughout the year so that you can navigate the weight loss phase and the transition into maintenance. And it's just this amazing and supportive community of women who are going through the same process. And if you're not enrolled in the Year of You, I really hope that you'll join us. You can find more information on my website at erinharthealthcoaching.com. Today, we are talking about one of the nuances of the success path, which is how, when, and why to do a systematic reverse. Last week when I presented the new meal plan, some of you may have questions about the thought of, and it may scare you a little bit, the thought of adding food and why would you add food if you're trying to lose weight, right? So I want to speak to that a little bit today. As I said last week, the meal plan that's right for you is the one that you can consistently stick to. So if you are doing great with your current meal plan, it would be so crazy of you to change it, right? It would be crazy for you. So you don't want to change what's working for you. But if it's not working for you, if you are binging, if you are white knuckling it long term, for months and months and months, and you still feel like you're white knuckling it, or you have like an aggressive calorie deficit without seeing any weight loss result from that. So some other reasons that it may be appropriate to do a systematic reverse would be if you've achieved your goal. So if you are needing to transition from the weight loss phase into maintenance, and that's an exciting place to be, that this is a process that can help you to achieve that. But it's also appropriate to do a systematic reverse if you just need a break from the weight loss phase for a minute and you just want to consciously take a break and hold steady for a little while until so that you can restore your metabolism. And then you can reapproach the weight loss phase when you feel ready. And that is okay too. So this is a lifestyle, it's not a diet, and we just need to do what's best for us, and whatever gets us to our goal, whatever gets us to our goal body and the life that we want, we just need to take it at our own pace. And I do recommend in the weight loss phase having that sprinter's mindset, being all in, but I also want you to know that it's okay to have a systematic approach at it as well. And to, lose weight, maintain where you are, lose weight, maintain where you are, lose weight, maintain where you are, until you get to your goal. Like that is also a way that you can use the systematic reverse to help you to achieve your goal in that way. So let me explain a little bit to start about the science of our metabolisms and why it's important to take a systematic approach to adding food into your program. So your metabolism is the chemical reactions inside of your body's cells that changes food into energy, right? So a little science lesson here. And how this relates to weight loss, which is what most of you watching this video have that goal of weight loss, is that the food that you take into your body is energy. And our bodies lose weight by having a caloric deficit and by burning more calories than we are consuming, or burning more energy than we're consuming. So the rate at which our bodies burn calories is called our metabolic rate. Metabolism, your metabolism is like a campfire. We just got back from the Tetons, and my little girls love having a campfire and learning how to build the campfire, right? And so we teach them that to build a fire, you need fuel in the form of wood, right? Our bodies also need fuel in the form of food. So when you are building a campfire and you put a log on the fire, the hotter the fire gets, the more logs you put on there, right? Likewise, the more food that we eat and the more food that we take into our body, the more fuel we put into our body, the higher our metabolism will burn. So with a fire, if you were to take away the fuel, or, the fire just starts to burn down, it would eventually die out, right? But with our bodies, if you take away calories by having a calorically restricted meal plan, your body is amazing and it just adapts. It's called metabolic adaptation, and your body's metabolic rate actually decreases, and you don't burn as many calories each day because they just become more efficient and require less fuel. This is part of the survival mechanism of our bodies. Our bodies are just master adapters to prolong our life. And so when we're in a caloric deficit, our bodies adapt and end up needing less fuel. So this isn't good or bad. This is just something that our bodies do. So as our metabolism becomes more efficient, we know that our metabolisms will slow down a little. And this is temporary, it's not permanent. So let me just paint you a picture, maybe you've been in a weight loss phase for a while, and you've, gotten to the end of like 3 months or something, or you've gotten to your goal. And then you just want to give yourself permission to get into everything that you've been abstaining from, right? And that's actually like the worst thing that we can do. So what we need to know is that if you end the fat loss phase after being in a caloric deficit with this lower metabolic rate, and then you start to binge and eat everything you want, you're going to create the perfect storm for fast fat gain. And this is the struggle that many people have with yo-yo dieting. People fall into this cycle of binging and restricting, and this is not going to be the way for you to achieve long-term success with your health goals, right? So we want to avoid the binging, restricting, yo-yo diet, and because the problem with it is that the absolute worst thing that you can do following that period of weight loss is exactly what you want to do, which is to dramatically increase your calories. This is one of the reasons that the binge cycle can be so detrimental to our health goals. Our bodies really only require so much fuel, and eating a dramatic surplus of calories on top of what your body requires, it converts all of that food into stored energy in your body in the form of fat. So your body is storing that energy for future use in the form of fat, and we don't want that. So we really want to avoid binging at any cost. That is something that I've learned the hard way, that it just is not. And so the ideal meal plan is the one that you can stick to, and we can be successful at weight loss with a winning strategy. So I'm going to teach you one strategy that you will probably need to use at some point in your journey, and it's the systematic reverse. So we want to, the metabolic adaptation, it is just something our bodies do. And we need to learn how to work with it instead of against it by having a plan and being consistent with it. And that's the key to success. So when we experience that decrease in our metabolic rate from having a caloric deficit, the good news is that it's not damaged forever. Your metabolic rate can repair itself. It can restore to its previous metabolism. There is an exception to this though. For people, they've done that study with the contestants of The Biggest Loser, that reality TV show. And that form of weight loss, when you're so severely restricted and have such dramatic changes in your body, so that's just really extreme, that actually can lead to permanent damage to your metabolism. So they've actually found that in some studies that they've done with those contestants. So we definitely don't want to take that approach, and that's why we have this more moderate approach, so that we can really achieve the long-term health benefits. But as I said, the good news is that you can recover your metabolism once it is decreased, and having it decreased is not bad. You know, in the weight loss phase, we expect your metabolism to decrease, and that's just what it does. It doesn't mean that anything's gone wrong, but to restore your metabolism, the good news is that if your body can adapt one way, it can also adapt the other way. So to work with metabolic adaptation, we really need that plan to recover your metabolism once you've achieved your goal weight range and your goal body. And so to recover your metabolism, we want to do that systematic reverse and add in food slowly and in a planned way to help you to avoid fat gain and to help you to add more food while maintaining your weight. So you don't want to continue in the caloric deficit long term. You know, if you achieve that goal weight range that you've set for yourself, a lot of people have fear of adding in food, and I understand. But adding in food is important to your long-term health. You should not be in a calorically restricted meal plan your whole life. It just won't work, and it will continue to decrease your metabolism, making you need even less calories to be able to create a deficit to see results. So anyway, and you don't want to blow past your goal weight range, right? So this is why after you achieve maintenance, it's really important to not let up your guard, and why unfortunately many people end up regaining their weight. So, but in this case, knowledge is power, and we can avoid all of the pain that comes with regaining your weight after you've worked so hard to get it off by employing a strategy to help you to recover your metabolism without regaining fat. So forgive me if I sound like a broken record, but this is a good thing. It is a good thing to eventually add in food to your program. So how and why do we do a systematic reverse? So we achieve this by simply adding food elements to your meal plan slowly and systematically, and then titrating it to your body's response by weighing weekly to get you up to a maintenance calorie level. So remember that, like we talked about last week, your total daily energy expenditure is your maintenance calorie level. It's an estimate of it. To lose weight, we need to create a caloric deficit by eating less calories than we're burning. And so what we're doing here is going from that caloric deficit back up to the maintenance level. And you can do this by doing a reverse, or you can go straight up to that maintenance calorie level, but we don't exactly know what that is, right? So we have the risk of overshooting. So a slow addition of adding food into your meal plan is a better way to help you to achieve equilibrium at where you want to be in your goal weight range. So when to do a systematic reverse is, like we said, if you're transitioning from the weight loss phase into maintenance. You've hit your goal, and now you need to add in food to be able to maintain where you are. The second reason that you'd want to do a systematic reverse is if you have been doing eating a caloric deficit for a long time, and your body has stopped responding to it. So you're dropping your calories, right? But your body is not losing weight. Your body is just holding on to it. So that's that metabolic adaptation that we've talked about. And so if you've kind of hit that point where you're not able to lose weight anymore with the caloric deficit meal plan, that may be a time that you are going to want to do a systematic reverse so that you can restore your metabolism. So the third reason you may want to do a systematic reverse is just if you need a break from the weight loss phase, right? If you just are kind of like mentally fatigued or maybe you just have a change in your priorities at the moment, and your first priority isn't weight loss, right? Like, if you just need a little break, it's not quitting, right? We're looking at our long-term success, not the short-term gain. So just look at the costs and the benefits. And if you have different priorities at this time, that's okay. But you don't want to really just start to binge and eat everything that you want, right? That is how we're going to regain all of the weight that you've lost. So to hold steady where you are, we want to do a systematic reverse. And that can just really help you to hold steady where you are and keep the ground that you've gained without regaining fat and extra weight. So the fourth reason that you'd want to do a systematic reverse is if you're experiencing any disordered eating behaviors. If you are binging, or you're, if you're having any disordered eating, it is definitely so important and so much better for your long-term health for you to be consistently executing a meal plan with more food, maybe more meals a day. And so rather than binging is so detrimental to your health. Not only is it mentally, the struggle that we have there, and we lose our peace and have all of that, insanity around food. But it's also, just like we talked about, your metabolism, when you binge and you have like a lower metabolism from weight loss, when you're binging and you're eating above your meal plan that much, it just is the perfect storm for fast fat gain. And so really just, it could be very beneficial for you to add in some food to your meal plan, and help you to maintain where you are, and giving your body and brain a little bit of a break until you can consistently execute your meal plan. And then, down the road, several months later, 6 months later, if you're really consistent and not binging anymore, that could be a time to reevaluate whether it's right to do a caloric deficit. But long term, it will be much better for your health if you're not binging. So the goal of doing a systematic reverse by adding in food is not weight loss, right? You may have heard the term the reverse diet. So I just don't like the word diet. We don't talk about diets in this program. Our mindset is a lifestyle mentality. But a reverse diet is something that many people may have heard of. And it's similar to what we're doing, but the goal of it is not weight loss, right? We still may experience some weight loss because we're going from a caloric deficit to maintenance. So adding in food, you're still going to have a caloric deficit for a while. You may experience some weight loss, but the goal is to recover your metabolism. The goal is also to eat more food while maintaining your weight. It's to minimize your fat gain and then increase the likelihood of future weight loss success, so that when you do recover your metabolism and you take another run at weight loss, your body is going to better respond to that caloric deficit because you'll have a faster metabolism at that time. So I know that there can be a lot of fears about adding in food to your meal plan. And even if it's for a good reason, like those that we talked about, adding in food can be scary because a lot of you have fear of gaining weight. And just know that this is really normal, just because the mental struggle, I think, is definitely the hardest part about doing a reverse, of doing a systematic reverse. It's a very simple strategy, but it doesn't mean that it's easy, right? And so that's why I really recommend that you get support and coaching around it. Adding in food in this way, it does not put you into a caloric surplus. So what we're doing is getting you from a caloric deficit up to your maintenance calories. So you may, but you may notice if you're weighing yourself changes on the scale, right? But just have the peace of knowing that it's not fat that you're gaining. Anytime you add in food to your meal plan, we're just reestablishing equilibrium, and we typically start by a reverse diet, by adding in a starch or a fat. And if you're adding in a complex carbohydrate, it makes your muscles retain water, which is good. More water in your body is good, but it is going to make your weight go up, right? So, and it will affect your weight because of that. But just know that you're not gaining fat. Okay, so the goal, to gain, just think of it this way, to gain 1 pound of fat, if we look at it, scientifically, to gain 1 pound of fat, you would need to consume 3,500 calories above your maintenance calories, right? So adding in one thing to your meal plan, like a fruit or a protein, a fat, or a starch, that's only around 100 calories for a serving of those. And if you're adding that to your calorie deficit plan, it still keeps you in a caloric deficit. So in a week of eating 100 extra calories in a day, not that we count calories, right? We don't, but you just need to think of it this way. It's only 700 calories, and it's still below your maintenance calories. So if you are struggling with seeing those fluctuations on the scale and that anxiety of like feeling like you're gaining weight by adding small amounts of food, I really recommend that you start measuring your waist, because what you can do there is compare your weight measurement on the scale to your waist measurement. If you see your weight measurement, your body weight go up, but your waist measurement is staying the same, you can be assured that that's just water weight, probably. And so, but if you see your waist measurement increasing, that is a sign of fat gain. But the goal is just, so any changes that you see as you're doing a reverse is probably just going to be water weight. And you are going to see a lot of fluctuations, but just don't worry about it. Your only job is to eat your meal plan. Don't worry about the weight. Don't worry about the number on the scale. We weigh weekly, and we titrate the amount of food that we add to just help you to maintain where you are. And so after a week, if you add starch, for example, if that's the first thing that you add, you may notice some changes in your weight, but it's not fat. So the other thing is that, so the process of it is, once you decide that you're going to do a reverse, you add in the one element to your meal plan, and you eat it the same meal plan every day. So like adding a starch to dinner, or a starch to breakfast or something, or a fat to breakfast. And so once you add in one element to your meal plan, then you wait a week, and and you then at that time you weigh yourself. So you weigh yourself only once a week. You don't need to weigh yourself in between that. And if the number on the scale went up, you just kind of hold steady with that add. And you don't have to make any changes to your meal plan. Just go another week with the same meal plan that you're on. And then you can see, and then depending on what the scale says the next week, if you lose, which usually after you add something, your weight will initially go up for a week or two, so just expect that. But once it starts to even out and then start to drop again, then you would add in another food element. So every week or two, you would add in a food element until you achieve equilibrium in that goal weight range that you have. So that's the process of doing a reverse if you're not experiencing disordered eating. If you are experiencing any disordered eating, I would probably recommend just kind of not looking at the scale, and you just add in probably a fourth meal. So 2 food elements. I'd add in 2 food elements to start, and you can you can even go to a 4th or a 5th meal, whatever it takes to get you to stop binging. And a 4th or a 5th meal is really the strategy that they have to help people to overcome disordered eating. And I would definitely recommend talking with your doctor. There are disordered eating specialists that can help, but I also have experience with it myself. And having been a person that experiences binge eating in the past, and I would love to share what I've learned with that as well. But I do encourage you to get support from your doctor if that is, but anyway, that is also a way to do a reverse, but it's a different mindset than just if we're going from weight loss into maintenance. So we can definitely get you support and coaching around that when you're ready. It is a nuanced thing, and there can be a lot of food chatter, so it's really helpful to have an experienced person and coach to help you through that process. Maintenance is such a beautiful place to be, and I'm so excited for you guys to be able to get there. I know that you can get there. I know it can feel impossible at times. You're facing a lot of challenges and struggles, but just, you're like a pioneer, right? You're overcoming so many obstacles to achieve a better life. The sacrifices that you're making right now are going to help you to create that vision of the life that you want. So sometimes the path to get to maintenance can be a bumpy road, and it can take longer than we want it to take, but just know that it doesn't matter how long it takes. It may take a year or even 2 or 3 years, right? But in 5 years looking back, you're going to be living in your goal body. And so if you can just maintain that mindset of unstoppability. So just a little recap on what we talked about today. A reverse diet is not giving up. It is not quitting. This is a step on the path to success. And this can help you to achieve your long-term health goals, especially if you are transitioning to maintenance, if you're tired and you just need a little break from the weight loss phase, to just hold steady for a little bit. If you're struggling to lose weight, even though you're eating an aggressive calorie deficit meal plan, or if you're experiencing any disordered eating behaviors like occasional binging, what we want to do is really help you with a systematic reverse so you can, so that you can be eating more food while maintaining the weight loss and the fat loss that you've achieved. The reverse diet can help you to increase your metabolism so that you can recover your metabolic rate and increase the likelihood of more success with weight loss if you're not at your goal yet in the future. The next time that you create a caloric deficit, you'll have a faster metabolic rate and your body is going to respond better to it next time. So I just want to give you that permission, if you need to approach your weight loss in a different way, if you're at a caloric deficit and not seeing any changes on the scale for more than a month or 2 or 3, right? And you're just kind of not, it may be that your metabolic rate has slowed. And so it may be good to do a reverse and so that you can regain your metabolism and then go through those lose maintain cycles. The sprint to weight loss works really great for some people, but some people need to, you lose 50 pounds and then maintain it for a little while and then restore your metabolism and then you lose 50 pounds again. And then, so there are a lot of ways to get to success. And I just know that you can do it. It is 100% possible for you, and it's so worth it. So don't give up. Just keep that mindset. I will persist until I succeed. And remember that if your current meal plan is working for you, if you have peace with it, if you're seeing results, don't stop doing that. Don't change it. Don't get the food chatter to start adding food. Just keep going. I'm here for you. Please bring any questions that you have to me, and feel free to reach out if you need support. If you're not in my Year Review coaching program, I offer a free, no obligation coaching call that you can sign up on my website at www.erinharthealthcoaching.com, and you can get a list of free meal ideas and my $7 masterclass that can help you to get on the path to success. So hope you guys have a great week. Happy Pioneer Day, even if you didn't know it was. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.